As if your absolutely horrendous coverage wasn't bad enough, pray do tell, what sports are badminton, triathlon, and weightlifting? Kindly close the station and go home, all of you. And that is in relation to this schedule that was posted on the 26th. I really don't know what went on. I don't know. Did they get this straight from Tokyo and are translating it or something? Because who in their right mind doesn't have Google? Could have Google and figure out what to spell. It is also key to notice that it have the time 12:30 p.m. in the middle of the day, which is normal, very normal. But then you see at the end of the day, 12 p.m. Something is just not right there, because I could have swear after 9 p.m. comes 12 a.m. So apparently I guess time not being taught in schools nowadays anymore is a national tragedy. No lies told, to be honest, my interest is definitely piqued to see the Trini versions of badminton, triathlon, and weightlifting. Maybe proofreading should be an Olympics. What? Because between all the news organization in Trinidad, it is obviously not an easy skill to master. Well, again, I must second that. Look at this. Look at this. Champions, right? Just move this. Home of champions. What's the home of champions? Anybody, tell me, what's the home of champions? The home of champions is Sports Max. The home of champions is Sports Max. Well, what channel is this? This is CNC3. Okay? Now, if this isn't enough proof for you, just give me 1 second.
The Tokyo Olympics, July 23 to August 8 on your Home of Champions.
Excuse me? Home of Champions? What channel is this? This is CNC3, as you can see up here. Your Home of Champions Sports Max. Your Home of Champions Sports Max.
Olympics, July 20.
It says Sports Max, but it's CNC3. Yes, this isn't live, it's a recording. But it's a recording on CNC3. There's literal proof that I was looking at it. So I want to know why it is CNC3 can't even find their own feed. Why they can't get their own official feed of the Olympics. They have to steal it from Sportsmax? Really? I don't understand that. And I don't understand why Sportsmax can't just be the official broadcaster for the entire Caribbean. I don't know why Trinidad feel they have to be worse than the rest of the Caribbean. On top of that, you steal any people feed and you block any people from broadcasting on all the cable providers, on Flow, on Digicel, on whatever else it have. You blocking them from broadcasting, even though customers actually paying for these channels. Customers paying high rates for channels like Sportsmax, because Sportsmax on every cable package, even on Digicel, is usually an extra additional charge. Yet you go in and blocking these channels that people paying extra money for, just so you could give people subpar coverage of the Olympics. That just infuriating. And as a cable company as well, for Flow, Digicel, etc., I understand they have money exchanging to block these channels. They have no reason why they would do it for free. But come on, look out for their customers. Look out for the fact that people paying for Sportsmax. And understand that people who actually having to pay for these channels are at a real disadvantage here. And people pay for these channels for a reason. The fact that people want to see high quality coverage and good coverage. It is really just an injustice that one local channel who giving you the worst coverage of the Olympics that I have ever seen. I don't even think TV6 ever do it this bad. Enough about that, enough about me. Let me actually go on the CNC3 Facebook page and just look at a select few comments about other people who are also very much displeased with this coverage of the Olympics. CNC, please, you're spoiling the Olympics for the country. Your coverage is very poor. You are not showing the games at all. CNC3 have the worst Olympics coverage ever. Agreed. CNC3 have the worst Olympics coverage ever. Lord have mercy. It's by the same person. CNC3, if you bought the rights to cover the games, well, do so please. You block Sportsmax coverage and not fully covering the games. My point exactly. People looking forward to these games and can't even get to see full coverage. So disappointed. Would be nice for you to show the events that are happening live or sports that are related to Trinidad and Tobago or even the Caribbean. Thank God for the Sportsmax app. Here's a point. The Sportsmax app. They made an app specifically for the Olympics, and I have never quite seen a Caribbean streaming app ever done so well. The current Flow Sports app is good. It does have bugs now and then, but generally it's quite good. But this app is on a next level. This app I scrolled through when Sports sports was live at about 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. And there was at least 10 to 15 different feeds of every single sport that was going on. It is amazing. If you don't have it, get it. Unless you're able to run an Android emulator, you're not able to view it on your PC. So if you have a phone, an iPad, well, I haven't tested it on Apple devices, but you have a phone or whatever, you can get some very good Olympics coverage. Also, to add to what all the live stuff they had when I checked, they have everything on demand. Every single thing they have on demand. I don't know where they get all that server capacity, but it's amazing. We've now come to the end of part 2 of this rant series or whatever. The first part was what you saw when I initially brought this matter to life, and part 3 will essentially just be the continuation of Facebook comments that I'll be reading out loud and giving opinions on, basically. So expect that to come in the next few hours.